What's up, guys? Welcome, welcome. All right. Sorry, guys. Had to give myself a glass of water before we started. What is going on, guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Crypto FUD. And let's jump right into this. What a boring day today, huh? What a boring day in the market. Nothing too crazy. We'll go over everything. A couple good articles that we have in store. Make sure you guys hit those likes. Adam looks like he was the first person in here today. Shout out to Adam. Vigerio, what's going on? TJ, Nico, Jay in the house, Alejandro, my boy Randy, Mr. Val, Anonymous, what's going on? Welcome to see you back. Jay, Scott, RC, and my boy Frank. Jay said, I need to get a check. I need my next check to come so I can get more NFK. But we're at a good price point right now. We've been adding to the liquidity like crazy. So we're in the back scenes really making things move. So it's a sleeping giant about to blow. But let's jump right into this. So I hope everybody had a great weekend. I hope you guys had a safe, wonderful weekend. We did have a nice stream on Sunday. We did a little toast. It was Cinco de Mayo. Was drinking teas all weekend. I don't know if today that's why I'm all sluggish or if it's just really just one of those days where it's just like a boring day in the market. Really was a boring day. And yeah, this water is hitting, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know if I drank too much tea this weekend or what, but I've been just like chugging water all day today. All right, so let's jump right into this. So let's start off with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, obviously yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, or was it earlier today? Let's see here. It was earlier today. We ran up for Bitcoin. Bitcoin was running up to about this was early this morning. That's right, around 65,500. We did blast, like I said, right past this spot. I said either we were going to fly right by it or we were going to definitely hit our head on this 64.9. We obviously blew right by, which, was cool and all, but you can see we didn't find any kind of support, and we broke right back down. Things aren't looking bad at all. We're at 63,500 for right now, but you can see, remember we had this bull flag right here. You can see it literally came to the top of this channel and came right back down, which basically is telling me that we're still going to sit in this kind of channel for right now, where we're technically on we're technically slowly but surely moving to the right, but down, right? Descending channel, still looking like a bull flag. So we're going to keep it there. Hopefully this bull flag plays out. Longest bull flag in history right here plays out and we start shooting up. And I have a couple articles that we're going to go through that are very bullish in regards to what's going on with the price action and all that good stuff. So stay tuned for that. For Milady, obviously, just like Bitcoin, we saw a nice run up. Milady ran up very nice today. Came up, slapped that 19, and got rejected immediately and started coming back down. We are back down around the 16.6, but still holding a lot of these gains from this drop that we saw right here. So it is what it is. Like I said, big spots that, just like Bitcoin, that we're going to have to come up and basically hit our head or retest was going to be that 17.8. We ran up, blew by it, but look where we came down for Milady. It was a little bit different than Bitcoin. We came down, broke below that support level, but look where we came the next candle. We came right up, hit our head on that 17.8, and that pretty much indicated that we were coming back down, hitting our head, basically telling us that this was going to be resistance for right now and not support. You can see same thing over here. Wasn't the same exact scenario, but you can see we ran up, hit our head multiple times, giving us that confirmation that we were not breaking above this 17.8 right here. So that's going to be a big spot. Even if we see times where we fly by, we're going to, if we can't come back and retest this and finally find it as some support, we're not going to take off yet. And that's just giving us those indicators right there. So for right now, for me, game plan for Milady particularly, right now I'm kind of sitting stationary. I'm not buying. Obviously, I'm definitely not selling right now. I'm kind of waiting to see what's going on. I do think that we are going to continue to pick up on the market. I really do think that we're going to continue on an upward move. And if you can see, we technically, if you look at the trend, hold on here, from where we dropped to the bottom right here, this is for Milady. Obviously, we broke out of the trend for right now, but I do think we're going to continue towards this upside kind of movement that we have. And this isn't just for Milady. I think it's going to be for the full market. So, but we'll see how this plays out. Let's hear what's going on. James, family in the house. Adam said Ryoshi is on sale right now. We're going to talk about Ryoshi, brother. We're going to bring all that up. Owen, Craig in the house. Bye, hi. Milady texting, what's going on, bro? Anonymous, welcome to the memberships. I'm glad to see you finally in the green. Finally in the green, so you can come and check out the oh, you know what, Anonymous? I'm very happy because you were the one that was having an issue the other day as far as becoming a member. And I told you, as long as you did it within the next week or two, you're gonna you can get that airdrop. So, Anonymous, what I need you to do is I'm gonna put a link in the chat. I'm gonna pin it to the top. If you can check out the Discord. Join the Discord. Even if you're not active in Discord, you need to download Discord and join our Discord. And I need you to send me a message on Discord, and I will send you your airdrop. I'm gonna need your wallet address and stuff like that. So let me see here. I really should make you go watch the members only course that we just had, because you got to give me a code. But we'll see how that plays out. Let's see here. All right. So, and this goes for anybody else too. I'm pinning the Discord. If you guys do become a member by this week, you guys are still eligible for our airdrop that we just had for the channel this past weekend. So definitely check it out. Someone asks, how do I become a member? So Jordan, all you have to do is, you're probably on a cell phone. If you're not, it usually works better on the PC. All you have to do is find that join button. It's $5 to join. It's usually next to the subscribe button. Hit that join button, become a member. And like I said, same thing. Adam, thank you so much for posting the Discord, bro. I appreciate that. Let me pin this to the top. All you have to do is join the Discord, and I need you guys to hit me up, send me a private message. Let's see here, because I'm gonna need your wallets. Sorry, I'm just setting everything up. What's going on, Eller? Yeah, Anonymous, just watch. You don't have to go too far in. It's like 10 minutes into the stream. Just watch the members only stream, and go to the Discord and send me the code that I'm looking for, and I got you on the airdrop. I'm gonna need your wallet as well. So just copy and paste your wallet and send it to me as well. But send it in 2 separate messages, because I gotta copy and paste. And like I said, this goes for everybody else too. Anybody else that becomes a member in the next week or two, I gotcha. All right, so let's jump into a couple of things. Adam, again, thank you so much, bro, for posting that. I appreciate it, man. And you know what, Anonymous, now that you're a member, you can go back. We already have, I think this past weekend was our 10th membership members only stream. You got to check out some of the other streams on your free time, because really what we focus on is being a better trader, especially right now when the markets are kind of like just dull. Go back, watch those videos. We did some good videos on leverage trading. We did videos on finding support, resistance, Fibonacci levels, how I use the SMA moving average, simple moving average, the 20, 50, 100, 200 days, stuff like that. That's what I use for leverage trading and stuff like that. They're all separate videos, but check them out. They're not long. We can go through them, and you can use them as a tutorial on all that good stuff. And we'll continue to every weekend, Saturday or Sunday, we'll have members only streams as well. So exclusive content for everybody that is a member. So make sure you guys join it. So let's jump back into the show. So for Milady right now, we are sitting market cap around $122 million. Nothing too crazy. We're holding pretty well, right? If you guys remember when we were back, like a few weeks ago, we were sitting at like that $100 million mark. We couldn't really budget. Maybe if we did, we go up to like 105, and then we'd be right back to the 100 million. Now it feels like we're kind of holding around this 120, which is solid, right? We're slowly moving up. If you really zoom out, it's funny because someone said, oh yeah, Red Rum said, damn, a roller coaster ride. It really is, right? But that shows you what the market has been doing, bro, for the last few weeks. We've been on, look at this, right? It's like we get these dips. We're like, hell yeah, we're breaking out. You eat that dip up? Yeah. Oh, well, don't worry if you miss the dip, because we're getting one right back. It's like every other week it's something new. So You know, this explains exactly what the market's doing. And let's compare this chart with Bitcoin's chart. If you look, Bitcoin for the last month, it looks like it's been steadily, if you compare the reason why I'm looking over here, because for some reason it's saying it's not giving us the price. I don't know why it's doing that. It's a little odd. But if you look at Bitcoin, it's been a little bit more steady versus Milady's been a little bit, I mean, it's going in sync with the chart, but you can see it's been a little bit more of a fluctuation in price compared to Bitcoin. Bitcoin's obviously the orange, Milady is the blue. You can see it clear that Milady obviously is going to have a little bit more volatility towards the up and the downside, given that the market cap is so freaking small, right? So you're going to see a lot more volatility versus, you know, something like Bitcoin that's over $1 trillion market cap. It's going to be a little bit more stable. But, you know, and when you really look at Bitcoin's chart, it has been stable, but it's been having a lot of dips as well. I guess it just looks calm compared to what Milady has been doing recently in the last month. But if you zoom in and you look at the actual week, look at those charts. I mean, they're not identical, but they're pretty freaking close, right? They're pretty freaking close, you can see. And this shows you right here, I mean, literally, blue is Milady, orange is going to be Bitcoin. You can see when Bitcoin's dropping down a little bit, Milady drops, right? But when Bitcoin starts moving up, look at these spikes Milady will have. She'll run up, she'll run up. And this is why I tell you guys, we can sit here and compare Milady's charts to a lot of these big cap coins, even meme coins we can compare them to. And I guarantee if we zoom out and we looked at the last year, or we look at the next year that we're about to be going into, you're going to see what I've always been saying, how Milady is having is going to have better gains, pretty much. You know, Milady is going to have better gains as we move forward because of the small market cap. You know, you're going to have a lot more potential to make a lot more money off of Milady. So is what I think, particularly. So looking at the bubbles for today pretty much spells out what the market's doing today, right? Solana's actually up 7%, which is nice. You have WorldCoin up 9%, Jupiter 7.5%, Fetch up 4%. Is this Athena? Yeah, Athena's up 13%, Injective up 7%, Dogwoof Hats up 5%, but the rest of the market, it's just in red. It's just in red. It's one of those days today, you know, where it's just like, I can see it. You know, there's really, we have 20 people here today. Normally we have like 50 plus people here. It's just a boring day in the market. It really is. It's a boring day in the market. A lot of people are just like, they don't even want to be bothered with it, right? But we're always going to be here. I don't care if it's rain, shine, boring, right? And especially when the markets are running, we're going to be here. So let's check out some Hopium, and then we're going to jump into DeFi, because it seems like everybody wants to just jump into DeFi nowadays, right? So Bitcoin slips to 63K as crypto markets faces more U.S. regulatory pressure. Despite the recent bounce, the correction isn't over, said one of the technical analysts, expecting Bitcoin to fall to the low 50s area before rallying to new all-time highs. You hear that? I mean, you got to remember, you got to take all this with a grain of salt. This isn't, you know, written in stone. These people were just looking at the charts just like we are. But, you know, they're calling for some kind of a drop towards the mid 50s, right? And you know what? I know that's like the last thing that we want to hear. Bitcoin dropping down to the mid 50s, right? Now, if we went down to mid 50s, let's just call it the 55,000. I mean, honestly, Bitcoin dropping to 55 wouldn't be anything crazy, because we've already dropped down to 56. So 55, 54, somewhere around there really wouldn't be anything scarier, or wouldn't be anything more dramatic than what we've pretty much seen, a few percent lower, right? There's going to be a point, and I've been telling you guys this, I always bring it up, is sometimes we do need these dramatic drops for us to get that momentum back up, you know, and get the wind behind our back and kind of start rallying again. I don't know if necessarily that's what we need, because it feels like we just had a nice drop. But, you know, if we can't start rallying off of this, you know, and continue this upward movement, then we're going to need something more dramatic, to where we might need to drop down to these 55s or these lower 50s for us to really get the fire lit under these buyers and get a lot of people back into the markets and buying again, right? Where we're at right now, like I said at the beginning of the stream, I'm not even, like, right now, we're in that stage in the market where it's like I hate it because it's like it's not a good buying spot for myself. You know, maybe other projects that you guys have been watching, maybe you're getting a buy signal for yourself. But me personally, I'm kind of watching. I'm like, it's nothing too enticing for me to want to buy right now, right? And I'm sure there's a lot of investors that are like that. So either their money's sitting on the side, they have money in the market like myself, but they still have a lot of dry powder that they're not really adding into right now because either we want to see a nice drop or we want to see the market start rallying. We're in this like in the middle spot where we're kind of all just like waiting to see what's going to happen. Not a good, in my opinion, not the best time to buy in for myself on a lot of these projects because I'm already holding on and I already have a good average down, you know. But like I said, you could be completely different. There could be a project that you've been waiting for that right now the price is maybe at a decent spot where like, you know what, I will start dollar cost averaging in right now. Not going to discourage you from doing that. I'm just saying, me personally, any of the projects that I'm looking at or any projects that I'm in right now, I'm waiting. I'm not adding to my bags or anything like that. I'm kind of waiting to see what we're doing, right? Are we going to come back down a little bit or are we going to start rallying and continuing this move that we've had in the last few days, right? We're in the middle, and this is what I always tell you guys. I'm like, it's like one of those times where I'm just like, do something. Either go down or go up. Let's do this. That chopping to the side, I think, is the worst in the markets. It's like everybody's like, just pull your eyes out, you know? So let's see here. So digital assets performed mixed with Bitcoin sinking 1.5%, while Solana's up and XRP gained most among crypto majors. Let's see here. Robinhood disclosed its crypto arm received warning from the SEC that could foreshadow enforcement action. Damn, Robinhood? Didn't hear about this. An Elliott Wave technician sets a $92,000 price target for Bitcoin's next cycle high. Nice. So the crypto rally paused on Monday during the U.S. trading hours, with Bitcoin slipping back near 63,300 as U.S. regulators ratchet up pressure on crypto companies. Oh, see, I didn't even know this was going on today. Because remember the Sunday stream, Cinco de Mayo stream, I was like, bro, everything was looking great. We were rallying. I'm like, we're probably going to have a good week. And then today, the markets opened up, and we started not selling off like crazy, but what you could see, obviously, there was a sell pressure in the markets, and we were kind of moving down. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? This right here is explaining. So let's see here. A move to above 65,000 early Monday quickly reversed, and prices were pressured further after popular brokerage Robinhood disclosed its crypto arm received a Wells notice over the weekend from a U.S. Security and Exchange Commission (SEC), a move that often foreshadows an enforcement action against a company. The pullback has been shallow, though, with most crypto assets firmly above last week's low. Bitcoin declined 1.5% over the 24 hours, but still up 10% from Wednesday. Alternative companies performed mixed, with Ethereum, Dogecoin, Shiba, and Layer 2 networks Polygon Matic sinking 2 to 3% during the day, while Solana and Ripple adjacent XRP showed relative strength, advance 4 to 6%. The broader market gauge was down 0.3%. So despite the halt in the rally, crypto hedge fund QCP Capital observed renewed demand for Bitcoin call options for September, with a striking price of $75,000 to $100,000, underscoring the increased optimism with Bitcoin will climb to higher prices over the next few months. And I think this right here says it all. Who cares what's going on right now, right? You can see just from this past weekend, Bitcoin it wants to go off, right? It wants to shoot up, but there's just little things that are going on right now in the markets that we can't control that are still discouraging a lot of investors from getting all in on Bitcoin or the crypto market, and that's what's halting us down right now. The fact that now the SEC is moving on to Robinhood, you got to understand that the SEC is the villains in this game, right? They will sit there and say that they're looking out for investors, right? And I always bring back the scenario, not the scenario, but remember when the ETFs were about to drop, and the SEC supposedly their Twitter, their X got hacked, right? And remember that freaking massive drop that we had because they supposedly got hacked. you know how many people lost so much money and got liquidated by the hundreds of millions of dollars within that day that were lost because of that fraudulent, supposedly tweet that was out saying that Bitcoin was not getting approved, right? Well, it turns out a week later, Bitcoin did get approved, and that they were claiming that their Twitter X got hacked. I bring this up because these people, they're coming after, even though most of us don't trade on Robinhood, it doesn't matter, right? It's still an exchange that does, trade cryptocurrency. So at the end of the day, it's going to have some kind of a effect on the crypto markets because, again, it just brings it back to reality that the SEC is after crypto by all means, by any way they can get after crypto. And their motto is that they're looking out for the investors. But I bring back that scenario, or I keep saying scenario, but that issue that happened with them, with their Twitter being exposed. And imagine what happened, or we saw what happened. All those people lost money. How are they looking out for the small guy? How are they looking out for investors when stuff like that happens? These people are such a fraud, and they're ran by the guy that is just, he has hate in his blood for crypto, right? He has hate for crypto. Gary Gensler freaking hates crypto, and he's going to do anything he can, right? Anything he can to continue to weigh down Bitcoin, But you know what? And you guys know this. He's not going to be able to hold it down. Obviously, Bitcoin right now, sitting at 63,000, I think what we really need to understand is that just imagine, or not even imagine, just think about where we were at a year ago. Bitcoin was at what, 40,000? Think about 6 months before that. Bitcoin was at what, 30,000? Think about how much Bitcoin has moved in the last year and a half. I know we were blessed with seeing $73,000 in the past, or like just recently. But what we need to understand is that 63,000 is not a bad number, price target, given the circumstances that Bitcoin and all of crypto has been dealing with in the last, few weeks. And not really just Bitcoin, but the whole macro, the whole, just everything. Because even stocks are down, and they're not even getting attacked by the SEC, right? So just keep that in mind. And you know what? Take everything as it's supposed to happen. If we do see another dip, we see another move towards the downside. That's why, like today, you have a lot of people, and I'm sure we'll look up the volume. I'll look it up right now. The volume actually is up 46%. That's crazy. I was expecting it to be down like crazy, but I guess it's up. But obviously, because we've seen some sell pressure for today. But what I'm really just getting to with all this, just yelling into the mic, is that the SEC is not looking out for me. They're not looking out for you. They're not looking out for anybody. They have a vendetta to take out crypto. They know they're not going to take it out. So what do they want to do? They want to prolong the pump for as long as possible. And they're going to do stuff like this, where they're going to come after each exchange for whatever they think they can get them. Even if they know they don't have a case, it's still negative publicity on crypto, and it's going to keep those normal traditional traders away from crypto. And that's what their mission is, right? Because at the end of the day, they're looking for Wall Street. That's what they're looking out for. So, but then we have stuff like this, Hong Kong ETFs, right? They already dropped, but something like this, SEC can't stop, right? SEC can't stop this stuff. I'm telling you guys, we're too strong as a market. Crypto's Bitcoin particularly is too strong. It's broke that $1 trillion mark, which has done it before, but we're going to keep moving. Bitcoin is going to continue to move with or without us. So stay on the train. Don't get discouraged on this. So let's see here. Where did I leave off before I started going on that long rant? So let's see here. We are seeing some bullish flow through and volatility and funding rates following the reversal bounce from Friday and into the weekend. So Hong Kong's ETF rumors, so perhaps fueling the quick recovery, was last week's lows, were rumored about broadening asset access to the newly listed Hong Kong spot Bitcoin ETFs for Chinese investors. Excuse me. It said, let's see here, it said on the X post that there's talk in Hong Kong about trading the crypto products to the so-called Stock Connect facility, which would allow let's see here, qualified mainland Chinese investors to access eligible shares listed in Hong Kong. And this is even bigger, because you guys understand that Hong Kong technically is its own jurisdiction, right? So what happens in Hong Kong necessarily doesn't happen in the broad China country, right? They're kind of two separate, spots. China obviously governs Hong Kong, but Hong Kong basically, because they were ran by the UK for so long, they have a little bit more of a closer to Western ties as far as their democracy and stuff like that. So that's why you see them releasing ETFs right after America did, or in the States, but necessarily people in China aren't necessarily able to trade in on Hong Kong's ETF just yet. But what they're explaining is there might be something down the line to where they're going to allow qualified mainland Chinese investors to access eligible shares listed in Hong Kong, which would be, they would have, opportunity to buy in on the Hong Kong ETFs, and any more people that we can get, especially over there, that can get access to Bitcoin's ETFs, is going to be nothing but a plus for us. So EO said smash the like buttons. I appreciate that. And about Sailor Token. Sorry guys if I miss anybody's talking. Let's see here. Capone Bear on Cronos. We're going to check out DeFi right now. I wrote you a note. I can get into the Discord. They won't let me into the chat. My wallet address is the same as it was the first time. Okay. RJ, what's going on? Can you check bad token on Cronos? Yeah, I saw that drop today. I'll check it out. Oh, Grumpy Gizzler back at it, right? Bro, dude doesn't, like, you think he goes quiet for a few weeks and then he's like sitting in this like dark room like, how do I get him? Oh, you know what? Robinhood. We haven't got Robinhood yet. He's sitting there, right? And they're like, sir, but Robinhood hasn't done anything. Doesn't matter. It's bad publicity, and we can still hold the crypto market down for a few more weeks. We're going to get them. Red Rum says, Binance needs to list it already. In due time, brother, in due time. Gina, what's going on, girl? Let's see. Hernandez said, what is a good average cost for Milady? I mean, honestly, depends. Like, it really depends. Like, if you ask somebody that's been in the project for a year, they're going to tell you prices way back here, right? Like, far down. I don't think we're ever going to see those prices again. So, what is a good price average right now for Milady? I would say pretty much anything that we're at right now or lower, right? So, right now is not a bad time to buy. I don't want you guys to think, oh, because I'm not adding to my bag, particularly right now at this exact price point, that it's a bad time to buy. I'm not doing it because I had just bought a really big bag right down here at this 13 mark, right? So I kind of want to wait. I told you guys this the other day, like about 2 days ago. I said, listen, because we got rejected up here, I said, if we come down, I'm going to start reactivating my buys right here at around this 15.6, right? So if we break down below the 15.6 or anything below there, I'm adding to my bag, and I'm going to just keep buying dollar cost averaging in. So to answer your question, I don't think right now is a terrible time, honestly, for any projects, for a majority of the projects out there, particularly for Milady. I don't think right now is a bad time to be dollar cost averaging in. It's pretty much where you're at right now or lower would be a good spot to just keep buying and dollar cost averaging in my opinion, right? So, I mean, because you have to really look at it. You have to look. Don't even look at the price. Look at the market cap. We're at $120 million market cap right now. So small compared to where we know we're going to be, right? We know we're going to break above that $1 billion mark. That's an easy 10x from right now. I think we're going to easily break $5-10 billion, right? You guys know I still have my price range when we get into the thick of the bull run, somewhere around $2 to $10 billion. Hopefully I'm wrong and I'm too conservative and we break above that $10 billion. If we did something like that, now you're talking about a 50, 60, 70x from where we're at right now. So not a bad time in my opinion. So Owen said, Crip, is this your first bull run? It is not, brother. It is not. If you've been following the channel for a while, I've told you guys I started buying in on crypto back in 2020. So I've been in crypto for a little over 4 years now. What was my first project that I bought into, one of my buddies was like, man, you should check out this Dogecoin. And I'm like, what the hell is Dogecoin? And he's like, bro, this thing's gonna blow up. And I'm like, he got me like so interested because I was buying and selling stocks at the time. And I'm like, Dogecoin, dude. I'm like, all right. All I knew was like Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? And I'm like, Dogecoin. I'm like, how do you even buy like crypto? And he's like, honestly, he's like, for Doge, the easiest thing right now is like just download Robinhood. And he's like, it's free. And I was like, all right. And I remember it was nighttime, and I'm like, I downloaded Robinhood, set everything up, and they're like, you gotta wait like 2 days for it to get approved, like your portfolio. And I remember I'm looking at Dogecoin at the time. This was back in 2020. Dogecoin was at like 2 cents. And I'm like, hell yeah. I was like, I'll start buying it on Doge. I was like, 2 cents? I'm thinking, because you remember, I'm coming from stock market. I'm like, penny stocks, right? And I'm like, all right, 2 cents? I'm going to buy a million of these things, right? I didn't really get up to a million, but I did get up there, 100,000 plus Dogecoin, right? And I tell you guys the story all the time. 2020, right? Towards the end of 2020, I'm buying and buying and buying. And it's my first time around. And he's telling me the whole time, he's like, bro, just buy and hold. He's like, just buy and hold, just let it be. And I'm like, all right, bro. We start going through some turbulent times, and Dogecoin did do some fluctuations where it would jump up to like 6 cents. You know, I'd be up like crazy, you know, like 3-4x. I'm like, hell yeah. And he's like, I wouldn't sell. So I was like, all right, bro. I'm like, all right. I'm like holding on to it. And I was like, just buying more. You know, like every other day I was just adding to my bag. And, you know, it ended up, long story short, it ended up playing well because I started to really, you know, get interested in crypto. Started joining all the crypto groups on Facebook and stuff like that, following Dogecoin. And it just had such a big community. And then out of nowhere, Doge just started running. Like everybody was talking about Dogecoin. This is like the beginning of 2021, where I already had an enormous bag of it because I had been buying in, you know, right place, right time, holding on to it, you know. And then it just, you guys know that, you know, the rest, you know, it paid out. I didn't catch the top of Dogecoin, but, you know, I made a nice penny. I told you what my bag was around, right? I won't disclose everything because they're listening, but my bag was hefty. You know, and that's where I was able to really find, I was able to build that foundation. 1, 2, once all that happened, I was hooked. I was like, holy crap. I saw just how fast crypto, you know, can move, and I was so interested. And that's why I've said this plenty of times, you know, back in those days, people would, like, if you know, the people that were into Bitcoin, Ethereum at the time, back in 2020, meme coins were like, you were a clown if you talked about meme coins, right? Everybody looked at you like you were like, bro, like you're an idiot. Like, why that's where the term shitcoin came out, right? Dogecoin, Shiba wasn't even around yet necessarily, and it's just shit coins, you know what I'm saying? And why the hell there's no utility, right? Well, you guys obviously know how it played out. You know, Dogecoin took over the whole crypto market for a time being. You know, and it really set a precedent to not only Dogecoin, but Shiba next, you know, and it really, it paved the way to, like I've said this plenty of times, to like now you fast forward 4 years from now, and those same people that were all, you know, the shit coins and Bitcoin only, you know, there's still obviously those Bitcoin maxis, but a lot of them actually will have respect for meme coins. They don't really care for them, but they respect the gains that that meme coins will have. You know, and another thing I always say is that, you know, they knock on meme coins, but if you really think about it, meme coins help a lot of people get into crypto. Like I said, my story, right? Jumped in, first thing was Dogecoin, but after Dogecoin, the next thing that I jumped in on, because remember, I made a solid bag, right? The next thing I bought in on was Ethereum, right? Ethereum at the time was trading at like $900, $1,000. I started just buying multiple Ethereum, like every other day I was just buying, right? Buying at like 900, anywhere from like 9 to 1100. I was just buying it on, and I wouldn't buy a fraction. I'd buy 1 or 2 every time, you know, and I ended up accumulating an enormous bag of Ethereum, right? And it's almost like a gateway drug, right? But it was a gateway for me to get into crypto and build that interest. You know, of like, I was so fascinated with trading crypto and the fact that it was like 24/7, you know. I would talk to people and I'm like, yeah, look at my crypto. And they're like, well, I was like, I should sell right now. I'd make 10 grand. They're like, well, you can't, you have to wait till you have to wait till Monday. I'm like, nah, crypto's 24/7. Just how their eyes lit up. They're like, what? I'm like, yeah, crypto's 24/7, bro. These people are like, oh my God. Right? Because I mean, like I said, I come from stock markets and I'm around people that are all stock market and they're like, they can't believe it. So I know I just jumped into the rabbit hole, but that's my story. I've said it a few times, but that's it. And there's been a lot from there to here. I've learned so much, and I've been involved in so much as far as trading and stuff like that, and leverage trading, day trading, and and moving up to a lot of projects that have fundamentals. But I will always have respect for meme coins, and I always tell you guys, diversify. I think you should. Before every bull run really starts, you should find a good meme coin that you think is going to find that, because meme coins run off of hype, right? So you want to find that meme coin that's going to get that hype, that has a big community behind it, that still it hasn't blown up necessarily yet, that has a good market cap, and you want to find something like that, a nice hidden gem. And I'm telling you, Milady, in my opinion, checks all those boxes. She really does check all those boxes. So, whew. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it, guys. All right, let's jump into some DeFi. Guys, what the hell is going on today? What's going on? Let me check. I want to check on all my Ryoshi people out there. You guys all right? I'm literally doing a wellness check. Rare hasn't come in today. What's going on, bro? I'm checking on you, bro. Randy, James, all my people out there, I'm checking on everybody. Are you guys all right? I'm doing a wellness check. All right. I'm just messing with y'all. Yeah. Let's see here. So, Shed, what's going on, bro? Overcome said, I started with Ethereum a few years ago, too. Nice. Hell yeah. No, I did good. I ain't going to keep going into it. You guys know my story on Ethereum, too. I rode it up to 4,300 after buying in. After I made the money off of Doge, jumped into Ethereum and 4x my money on Ethereum as well. So let's see here. So Ryoshi, Fajerio said, keep adding on Ryoshi. Listen, I don't think nothing. I'm not saying anything negative on Ryoshi. I'm just checking on you guys because Ryoshi has, she's come down a little bit. You saw this like little M pattern kind of right here forming, and I did tell you guys, I said, listen, there's a trend, it's going down, there's a trend line, until this thing breaks the trend, I'm going to stay saying be careful, as far as with this project for right now. I know everybody's like, screw you, Crip, I'm just going to keep adding. You do you, bro. I'm not saying that this thing is going to zero at all. I'm just saying, I was saying there might be a little bit more pain, and you guys can see, it really hasn't dropped like crazy. Yesterday, I remember the stream, I was like, Ryoshi broke out of the trend, and she did. She came up, but look where she exactly hit her head on. Rare, you seeing this? Huh? Someone check on Rare. He hasn't popped up, sent me a message. My boy's like MIA right now, bro. We're going to have to send somebody to the house and check him. Is anybody close to like Georgia, around that area? Anybody close that we can do a wellness check? Let me know. But you can see that Ryoshi ran up, but hit her head on the 236. Now, normally, when that happens, I'm going to be honest with you guys, it's not a very bullish sign, right? Because you saw it break below the 236. It bounced off this 0.5, which was great, but it came up and hit its head right at the 236, gave us confirmation, and dropped down. It came back testing the 0.5 again, and you guys know what I always say. You keep testing these levels, it's going to eventually break. So what we need to see for Ryoshi is a nice little bounce. We need to see it come up. Even if it comes up and retests this 236 and it gets rejected, it's still, we want to see it. We rather see it come up and keep retesting the 236 versus it coming back down and retesting this 0.5, because one of them are going to budge. And I'm going to tell you right now, she's tested the 0.5 more than she's tested the 236. So if she does break the 0.5, we have this line in the sand right here at around the 62. You can see she's bounced multiple times. We'll even call this slightly a bounce on it. It did actually come because the 618 is right below this support level that I have. So either this support level at the 62 or the 618 at the 55 is going to be the line on the sand, and that's going to be your next spot for some solid support. So if you're looking to add your bag, have patience. If you're sitting already pretty right now, I would say no diddy on that. If you're sitting right now, a solid bag, I would kind of wait to see if we're going to come back down and retest some of these levels. This could be a better price in as far as for Ryoshi. So, but Ryoshi, honestly, I keep telling you guys, I don't think that it's going to be going back down to any of those levels. I think right now it's a lot. It's not just Ryoshi that's down, right? You can look at a lot of these projects. I mean, Call has been down like crazy. I mean, earlier it was down. You can see it dropped down to the 69. Hey, no, it dropped down to the 70 right here. But, even though it did break out of this trend, I mean, you can still draw a trend right there. Look at that. It's still actually on a downward trend, even though we had a trend line, right? But it looked like it broke. Look at this. It's still right back on a trend of a downward move for Call. So it's not a Ryoshi thing. It's not a Call thing. I think it's everything on Cronos has pumped like crazy in the last few weeks that they're starting to cool off for right now. This new project that just dropped, I know a lot of people or not a lot of people, but a few people asked me about it already. Bad token? I know, Justin, where you at, bro? I saw you posted in the Discord. That's my Cronos updater right there. We're going to get him a position on the No FUD team because my boy comes through on the clutch on all the information we need for Cronos. But so you can see project dropped today. Not too bad. Yeah, it dropped earlier today about 7 hours ago. Liquidity looks great. Market cap still under $1 million. So not a bad, not a bad, project and possibly not a bad time to buy in. Me personally, I'm not jumping in on the project. I'm kind of just sitting out. I got a bad taste in my mouth for these projects right now after that damn scam that got me the other day. And this leads me to bring up, look at this scam shit right here. Shadow Protocol. You know who this is? This is the same piece of shits that that scammed myself from buying in. Do not buy in on this project. Do not buy in on this project. Look, there's 56 red flags and only 10 rockets. This is the same piece of shit. This is his third project now, and I hope you're watching, bro. You are. I hope everything bad happens to you, bro, because you're a scammer. You're a piece of shit. Dude keeps popping up with these scam little protocols, right? And what it is you can buy in, you can't sell off. He doesn't have it to where he freezes your wallet. He has it to where in the code on the token code, he has it to where there's an error every time you go to sell. So VVS, whenever they go to sell, it tells you there's an error, like something's wrong with the transaction. This piece of shit has it to where only he can sell, but you can only buy in. So stay away from this crap ass project, Shadow Protocol. And I'm going to keep my eye because I know who these wallets are. They keep creating these projects every few days. Mark my words, in the next like 24 hours or 48 hours, this project, all the liquidity will be gone. And they'll milk another like probably 50 to 100 people of whatever they buy in on. So be very careful on that. Oh no, Fajero, you bought in on Shadow, bro? Can you do me a favor? Fajero, let me know go ahead and if you bought in, try to sell $1 or something on there and let me know. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is the same shitty people that did this yesterday and did this. They created chaos as well. Oh, you didn't buy in? Do not buy in on this project, bro. I promise you, you will not be able to sell. Stay away from that. You can hear the anger in my. They got me for $100. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. We already went through this rant yesterday. I'm not even gonna go through it again. You win some, you lose some. But I just, people that do this crap right here. That's a whole nother thing I've never seen in my life. I've seen where they'll literally freeze your wallet, right? So I just don't buy it on projects because you can easily find out if that's implemented on the token. But this right here, I've never seen that where they've like got it to where there's an error every time you try to sell it. So. But so top moving projects for Cronos today. Bad token obviously is the number one mover because Shadow, this is a scam, so stay away from this. So bad token number one. Gorilla, what is this? Gorilla Glass, it said? You can see this thing is up 200%, but this thing was running earlier. It was running like crazy earlier. What else do we have? Oh, Gorilla with glasses is what it is. Nice. And that's pretty much it. You have other projects, but they're really, I mean, nothing too much. Nothing too running. Cronos is quiet today. Cronos is quiet today, and you have a lot of the big movers that have been doing really well, which was to be expected. A lot of them are retracing today. I don't think it's over with necessarily right now, but a lot of projects are retracing today. So if you're long term on like Ryoshi, honestly, not a bad time to buy in. I did tell you guys some key levels to maybe, if you have patience, keep an eye on some of these levels. The 618, the 55, and this 62 level right here. I would keep an eye on, and possibly if we do drop down and it looks like we're holding those levels, that's where it would be a good time to buy in. Yesterday, you guys remember Mouse with Pasta was a project that was running. And you can see, I mean, it's not necessarily, flying down to the downside, but you can see this thing was running the last few days. It broke the trend, right? Had a nice little sell-off dropping down to this 32, and it looks like it might be trying to bounce, but we'll see how it goes. For right now, like I said, I don't know what it is, but Cronos projects are retracing for today. So let's see here. Oh yeah, I wanted to check out this article. So Bitcoin wallet comes alive after over a decade of inactivity. This water is hitting. Got to take a break from the teas. I ain't gonna lie, I was itching today. I was like, I need a tea. I don't have any teas. I purposely didn't buy any more. I was like, you gotta stay away from the teas, bro, for a little while. All right, so Bitcoin wallet has become active again after 10 years of dormancy. On May 6th, it transferred 687.33 Bitcoin to an undisclosed wallet address, leading to sell-off speculation within the cryptocurrency community. According to the blockchain tracker and analytics platform Whale Alert, the Bitcoin whale moved looks like $43.89 million worth of Bitcoin to 2 wallet addresses. Let's see here. One transaction involved a transfer of 625 Bitcoin valued at 41 million, while the other involved a transfer of 62 pretty much Bitcoin, equivalent to approximately 2.89 million at press time. These boys are some stalkers, boy. They watch the hell out of these wallets. So the Bitcoin whale had been inactive for 10 years after initially receiving the Bitcoin on January the 12th, 2014, when the cryptocurrency traded at $900. You imagine that, guys? Holy crap. This guy was buying in. I'm telling you, I was buying in on Ethereum at like 900. This guy was buying freaking Bitcoin at $900. The value of the whale's whole reserve at the time was $630,000. At press time, BTC is worth $63.8 thousand, highlighting an incredible profit of 6,875%. The reactivating Bitcoin wallet can be traced back to the Satoshi era, the early days after the creation of Bitcoin, when it's, I don't even know if I can say this word. What is this? Predominus founder Nakamoto was active online in forums. Some Satoshi-era wallets are often speculated to be linked to Satoshi himself. This is not the first time Bitcoin whales will make staggering transfers after many years of dormancy. Satoshi-era Bitcoin whales reportedly transferred $230 million worth of Bitcoin in November 2023 after 6 years of inactivity. This was after Bitcoin's wallet containing over 1,000 Bitcoin mined in 2010 was reactivated in August 2023 and transferred to long dormant coins to new addresses and a series of transactions according to the wallet statement. The 1,005 Bitcoin was valued at just $328 when it was received in 2010. Holy crap! You guys see that? So Bitcoin, when in 2010, when this guy was mining, he mined a little over 1,000 Bitcoin. It was valued in 2010 for $328. Do you guys freaking you comprehend that? These guys, they were probably, just regular people that had 9 to 5 jobs, right? But they were mining, because they knew long term that Bitcoin was probably going to do really well. And these guys accumulated massive amounts. And now you can see that 1,000 Bitcoin is worth this was back in 2023, right? Now, I don't know if they said they sold it, but now the thing would be worth so much more. But back in 2023, when Bitcoin was a lot farther down than where it is right now, it was at $230 million, bro. It was worth $300 back in 2010, and 13 years later, it was worth $230 million, dude. That is insane. That is insane. As previously reported on Crypto News, the fifth richest Bitcoin whale moved over $6 billion worth of Bitcoin to 3 new addresses after 10 years of dormancy. On April 15th, another dormant Bitcoin wallet became active for the first time in almost 14 years. The Bitcoin whale moved 50 Bitcoins to Coinbase, marking a profit of $3 million on coins that were once worthless, less than a penny each. And what you can look at this two different ways, right? You can look at it and be like, why are this? Because you got to remember, a lot of this that we just read was back in the last few years. They're just showing you guys that this is nothing new. A lot of wallets that hadn't been active for 10 plus years, in the last few years have gone active, right? For probably a sort of different reasons. Imagine if you were in Bitcoin when it first started, and you were buying Bitcoin at under $1, right? And you accumulated thousands of Bitcoin. You're going to eventually move some over and take profits, right? It is what it is. I know if I bought in under $1, I probably would have been doing it. You guys know how I freaking sell fast, right? You guys all know that. I got trigger fingers when I'm in the green, right? So I can only imagine how these guys are feeling, when they're sitting here looking for the last 10 years. I wouldn't sell at all, especially if I set myself up and I was able to hold for that long. I would probably do something like what this guy did, where he ended up moving. I think this was back in April. This was just a month ago in April. The guy moved only 50 Bitcoin, right? Only 50 Bitcoin, and he took a $3 million, profits off of that. Took a chunk of money, right? So he can probably live his life and probably is holding on to massive amounts right now. I don't think that they're doing this because you're like, oh my God, Bitcoin's about to crash, right? You got to remember, these guys came, like they said, these particular Bitcoins in this guy right here was holding them for 14 years. They said it was trading under a penny at a time that he was buying in. So imagine that. He's probably got so many Bitcoin, right? He just wants to break some money, get a nice chunk of money. He's probably holding on everything else for the long term because he knows, I need to eat right now, obviously, for whatever he's got going on in his life, so he's going to take out that $3 million. But long term, he's probably holding on to thousands of them with anticipation that maybe one day Bitcoin's going to get to that 250,000, that $1 million mark that, people do call for. So, and you imagine that, bro, gets to $1 million and these people are still holding over 1,000 Bitcoin. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. So let's see here. So finishing off the article. So meanwhile, the sudden activation of this dormant Bitcoin wallet has raised concerns about a potential sell-off. And this is what I was getting to. It doesn't necessarily mean that there's going to be a massive, that they're foreseeing some kind of a big sell-off. Like I said, you don't know what these people have going on in their life. You don't know. These guys have been holding on to Bitcoin for 10 plus years. Let them take some profit. If the article was like they just sold off, they have 1,000 Bitcoin, they just sold all their 1,000 Bitcoin, I would be like, all right, what do they know that we don't know, right? What are they seeing in the charts that we don't see? But the guy sold 50 Bitcoin. That leads me to believe that he's just taking some profit. I probably would have done 100. I would have took 6 million because daddy needs a new house. I want to buy, you guys know I love cars, right? Shit, I'm probably buying a boat too, right? So I might, I'd probably sell 200. I would say screw it. I'm selling 200. I still have a couple thousand. I'm gonna sell 200 for right now. We're gonna eat. Ricky said he pulled 900 billion out of his beep. Isn't that crazy, bro? You know, you can't be upset with these people because you know what? It's all about time and place, right? Being there at the right time and place. And you know what's crazy is if you guys know the YouTuber Carl from the Moon? Carl from the Moon, the little guy, he lives in Dubai. He got into Bitcoin early, but this isn't about him. Do you know the guy that he's always with? He's an African American guy. He's always with him. They do like a live in the morning, right? And that guy was one of the first investors. He actually is in the history books. The African American guy that's always with Carl on his live stream. I don't remember his name, but that guy was the first YouTuber to ever make a YouTube video about Bitcoin. This was like back in 2012 or something like that. Something back there. And you know what it was like a 3-minute video of him sitting behind a desk. And you know what he was saying? Just spend $1 on Bitcoin. Bitcoin wasn't even $1, right? And he was saying, yeah, there you go. Justin said it. The guy was saying just buy $1 of Bitcoin. He's like, just buy $1 of Bitcoin. And he kept saying it. It's all, check it out on YouTube. And he was like, just buy $1 of Bitcoin, right? These guys knew what the hell was happening. They knew, and he gives this whole story on why, you know, he was so intrigued on Bitcoin. And he went out there and he didn't have to, and he was telling anybody that will listen, just buy at least $1 of Bitcoin. If they would have done that, maybe you wouldn't be filthy rich. I don't know what the price was exactly, but you probably would have accumulated a few Bitcoin at the time, which could have been a solid foundation. And think about that. Most people wouldn't have bought $1. If you were really listening to them and you actually were like, all right, I'm going to go do it, you probably would have bought maybe $10, $20 worth of Bitcoin right at that time. So just craziness, craziness. But these guys, they got in at the right time. They're at the right time, right place, and they ended up making out really well. But one thing I will say is a lot of these guys, they're all still in crypto. They're all still in crypto. Yes, they did sell lots of their bags because they're holding on to so much. Because obviously we would have done it, right? That's the name of the game. You take profit. You want to live a good life. You definitely don't want to work a 9-to-5 anymore, right? So you take those profits, but these guys are still devoted and diehard Bitcoin, and not just Bitcoin, but for the crypto market. So definitely. Buy High said Capone Bear on cryptos. We'll bring that back up. I know we saw that yesterday. Anonymous, you got it right. Name of the game is profit. Exactly. That's what we're all here for, right? Ricky said I'd be walking around watching my back every step. Damn, what you got? People after you, bro? I mean, I'm not saying you don't want to get on to like your social medias and be like, I just sold out on Bitcoin, and I'm a millionaire now, because then it's just like winning the lottery, right? You're going to have everybody all on you asking you, Ricky, can I hold some money? Buy High said most people wouldn't have held for 10 years, though. And that's the truth, bro. I'm one of those people, honestly, that probably would have sold off. Like, it would have probably jumped up to like $1,000, and I would have been like, oh my God, and sold off, right? And then the whole time right now, it would have been like, I probably would have bought back in, though, But I mean, yeah, it is what it is, right? But shout out to everybody that, and I hope this gives you hopium on any of the projects that you're in right now, because you never know. 10 years down the road, you could be looking back, and we could be talking about you, that you bought in on Solana, or you had those big bags of Milady, or, whatever. You bought NFK, right? From this YouTuber that was talking about NFK when the market cap was at like $300,000 or $400,000, and now it's at, $20 billion, and this YouTube channel made the most millionaires of all YouTube channels, something like that, right? Not far-fetched. It's going to happen, guys. I'm telling you. Let's see here. So, yep. So Crypto Dowdy said, Kyoshi. I'm saying Ryoshi with knife gonna hit. I just picked up 200 Billy. Nice. Let's see. We just checked on Ryoshi. I was trying to check on everybody that was in Ryoshi just to do a wellness check on them, because, See how everything's going. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna tell you guys, and I told you guys this. I'm waiting. Did Dottie buy in too early? We'll see how it goes. If you were here a little while ago, I said I'm waiting to see if we do come back and retest this 0.5, that we might end up breaking this 0.5. You can see we bounced off of it multiple times. I'm thinking if we come back and retest this 0.5, we're going to end up breaking. The spot that I'm looking for is 62 or possibly the 55 on Ryoshi. If it does bounce to those levels, Rare, I hope you're listening, I'll pick up 10 trillion. I'll pick up 10 trillion and have the biggest bag in the Discord. All right? And you guys are going to call me the Ryoshi whale because I'm going to pick up 10 trillion. Just kidding. I probably won't pick up that much. How much is 10 trillion? Let's find out. I know Ryoshi, it's 8. I mean, it's 8 zeros, so it can't be too much. Let's see here. 100,000. Or I'm sorry, 100. 100,000. 100 million. 1 billion. Oh, I missed my count here. Damn it. All right, so 100, 100,000, 100 million, 100 billion. Oh, 1 trillion is 7,000? No. Is it really that much? I don't believe it. Let's do it one more time. 100, 100,000, 100 million, 100 billion, 1 trillion. Yep. Yeah, I mean that's so 1 trillion 700 or 7,000. These bro, we got people in the Discord that are holding on to like what 4 trillion. Sitting here rubbing it in our faces. They have 4 trillion. Do y'all really have that much in freaking Ryoshi? That's craziness. We had somebody. I'm not gonna call him out, but we had somebody in Ryoshi that had the top 10 bag. He was number 7. I don't know if he sold off or if he's been still holding. You know who you are if you're listening. He's in the Discord as well, but holding a big bag of Ryoshi. But they've been buying in on Ryoshi back here. You know, they were buying in. Prodigy, all of them were buying in on Ryoshi way back here. So, I mean, it was a lot cheaper at the time, you know, to buy in. Adam, he's got 4.7 trillion in holding. Adam always come in here flexing on us. Always. He's been doing it since the early Milady days. He'd come in here and flex on us. No, that's awesome, bro. So let's count his bag out. So he's got 4.7 trillion. Let's count out his bag. So this is 10 trillion. 4.7. No, that ain't right. That ain't right. Oh, that's 47. That's 4 trillion. Adam, you got $37,000 in Ryoshi, bruh. Tell me it ain't so. That's crazy if you do, bro. I believe it. Adam had one of the biggest bags of Milady in the channel. So I do believe it. Like I said, always comes in here flexing. Yeah, you paid less than 8K for it. That's nice, bro. I mean, that's a move. That's a move right there. See, like, if I was Adam, I'd be like having. I always tell you guys a story where I have to like, I'd have my hand chained up, because I won't let it. My hand while I'm sleeping would open my phone up and hit the sell button while I'm sleeping. I'm not even lying to you guys. While I'm dead sleeping, I'd wake up and be like, let me go check my bag of Ryoshi. I sold. Looking over at my right hand, my right hand's like, you son of a beep. That's how it is, bro. If I was sitting on, you know, almost 40,000 of Ryoshi, I'd be like, sell. That's why Adam has bigger bags right there. Let's see here. So Sketch said, where do you buy it from? I don't want to be left out. So this is going to be, this is on your Cronos DeFi wallet. So you need to, yeah, I bet you were up 60K, bro. Damn, dude. I know you don't like to sell, bro, but you know what I'm saying? Like, 60K, bruh. So, Sketch, if you haven't already, download the crypto.com DeFi wallet. Hopefully you already have it. And then you're just going to go into this swap right here. It's going to be on the bottom of your DeFi. You go into your browser. It's called Ibisu Bay. Ibisu Bay. And you're going to go in there and you should be able to go to the swap. And you'll see Ryoshi with a knife on here. And you should be able to buy it in. Or, you know what you can do, Sketch, is jump in on the Discord if you're not already. I guarantee if you go to the general chat and put in, just ask one time, hey guys, how do I buy Ryoshi? You're going to have probably 10 people in there trying to walk you through, making videos and stuff of how to buy in on Ryoshi. That's why our Discord is one of the best Discords out there. And I'm not just saying it. It's free to join, right? It doesn't cost anything. And we got the best community out there. Everybody's looking out for each other. So, but damn, Adam, you hit 100K in Ryoshi, bro. You're gonna owe me some drinks, bro. We're gonna have to meet up. You have to buy me some drinks. We'll go live, right? Go out to we'll go out, get some drinks, on Ryoshi. I like that. He said he'll sell Ryoshi before I sell. Well, you know why? And not even just because obviously we want to see we're going to see NFK run up, but NFK is still evolving, right? Ryoshi you've seen a massive move. So yeah, if you were going to sell off on something, you would sell off on, Ryoshi because you're up like crazy right now on Ryoshi, right? So, that would be what I would, regardless if NFK was our project or not, I would say, bro, Ryoshi all day just because you've already seen the explosion on there. I'm not saying that you aren't going to continue to see it move up, but, if you were like, I have to pick something to sell right now, I'd be like, Ryoshi probably would be the better one to sell, Red Rum says, we're not going to see much action until October, November with ladies. That kind of coincides with what I've been saying about altcoin season, but the only thing I would disagree with is that I don't think that we're going to just sit here and chop sideways for the next 6 months. I don't think we're going to chop sideways. We're going to see, there's going to be days or weeks where we're doing good. There's going to be weeks where we're going to retrace, but historically speaking for Bitcoin and the whole crypto market, we normally see what we're seeing right now. I've said this already how many times, right? We normally see this happen for about 6 to 8 weeks post-halving. Right, we're only 3 weeks past post halving, so technically speaking, from a history standpoint, from all the other 4-year cycles, and I mean every single one, we've only had 3. This is our 4th 4-year cycle. With that being said, we're going to is this the 4th or the 3rd? All I know is each one has played out pretty much the same as far as being a period of time post halving where Bitcoin does retrace, chop sideways, and then eventually starts taking off. So Munch said, "Hey, can you check BORK?" Let's check out BORK. Is that on DeFi? What ecosystem were we talking about? Solana? Solana, yep. So BORK. Oh yeah, we've looked at this already. Obviously, we got a fib retracement. So you see where it's sitting. Remember, I don't know when we did this, but we put this support level right here. You can see it broke down below. Good time to buy on this. Obviously, it's already past hindsight 2020. Look at that freaking run up right there. That was a beautiful run if you were able to catch that swing. So you can see you're getting back into that territory where if you're long term, where you're sitting right now, anything below this support level at the 37, anything below, historically speaking, has done really well. right? You see anything below that line, if you were able to catch it and dollar cost average in, kind of wait, it'll usually go for a nice big spurt. So not saying it's guaranteed going to happen again, but you can see it's happened pretty much every time that either it's touched this line or broke below it. You can see that it's gone for a beautiful run, right? So definitely I would be looking out to, maybe if you're in the project right now, to just be dollar cost averaging in. You're in a buy zone right now for this project. Market cap a little under 4 million. Liquidity doesn't look bad at all. I mean, the project's established, been out for over 4 months, so I mean, you don't have to worry about any kind of a pull or anything like that. So all I can say is where you're at right now and below, good time to just be accumulating and buying and just adding to your bag. Yep. Red Rum said, can we check out Milady's? Look at this project. I can't believe they oh my god, look at what this project. I'm not even gonna say what the project's name is, but definitely not kid friendly. Right? Definitely not kid friendly at all. Oh man, but you know what? After seeing all the other projects that have dropped, like Cock and You and stuff like that, it just doesn't surprise me at all. Doesn't surprise me at all. So for Milady, bro, we were checking this out earlier. Obviously, we went on a beautiful run earlier today. We went on a nice run. Ran up, hit our head on this 19. Obviously, we got rejected. I wanted to see us bounce at this support level right here at the 17.8, but we just couldn't. We actually, when we broke below that 17.8, you can see the next candle hit its head right here at the support level at around the 17.8. Just gave us confirmation that we were probably going to see a little bit more pain, and that's exactly what we saw. So right now, we're kind of chopping around sideways at around 16.5. Like I said, right now, if you zoom out, not a bad time to be accumulating. Really not a bad time. I like to wait for these big drops, though. Now that I have a nice foundation, I like to wait for these big drops to add to my bag. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I said, for anybody right now, not a bad time to accumulate. For me particularly, I'm waiting, sitting on the side. I do have a bag of Milady. I'm waiting. I did catch this bottom right here. So I'm kind of waiting to see what are we going to do. If we drop down anything below the 15.5 right here, 15.6, I'm going to activate more buys on Milady. So, but I mean, looking at the chart, you guys already know what the chart is. You guys already know that we're technically, I can even move this trend line technically down like that, and say we still haven't broke out of this trend yet, right? We still haven't broke out of this trend necessarily yet. So we'll see how this plays out. We almost broke out earlier, believe it or not, on that little spurt that we saw. We almost broke out of just this trend. And even if we break out, we need to see confirmation with us bouncing on top of the trend line as well for us to really get confirmation that we're going to start shooting off. So with that being said, not a bad time to be dollar cost averaging in on Milady, especially with the market cap back around $120 million. We are at a fraction of where we're going to be heading in the thick of this bull run. So yeah, you guys noticed Prodigy came back in right when I pulled up this this project. Y'all notice he came in? You see that, Soldier? Prodigy done came in. Look at him with the eyes and the smiley face. Right when I pull up this sick project right here, my boy came running right in, right? Unbelievable, bro. I knew that was a little trap for me to bring him into the chat. I knew he was going to come in. That was probably him right there that just bought in. That looks like his wallet. Yep, that's his wallet right there. Damn, bro. I'm just playing. Well, I'm glad that this at least woke you up, bro, because if it had been the opposite and you came jumping in here, I'd have been like, pause. Hold on. Pause. What you doing in here, diddler? What you doing in here, bro? Oh, man. Look at Gap. What you trying to say? I shop at the Gap, bro? Damn, Gape. Soldier taking shots. He said Prodigy's thirsty, guys. Oh, man. Look at him. He came in here barking orders. My boy came in here barking orders. Oh, buy high. We'll look up Capone Bear right now after we look up this project. Project came in here barking orders. So what is this? I like Galaxy Apes. Like I like how it, the whole logo and stuff like that. So I mean, the project doesn't look bad. I mean, as far as it's been out. It's already been out for 5 days. So I think it takes away that whole being worried if it's some kind of a pull. Market cap's very low. Liquidity's not too bad versus the market cap. You can see obviously they're in an evolving stage right now, just like we are in NFK. So who's to judge, right? We understand what they're going through. So it doesn't look bad at all. For the project, what I would say for this, since it's such an early project, you can't even really map out any kind of a chart necessarily, I would say. Let's see. Yep. I mean, you can see, obviously, the 618, it's bounced off the 618 plenty of times. So I might be interested in actually getting a little bag of this if it does break. If it comes back down where it looks like it's coming and retesting the 618 or coming below, that's going to be somewhere around that 12 mark. Anything around that 12 or below would probably be a good buy zone for the project, and I'll probably be jumping in. So doesn't look bad at all. Small market cap. So if this thing runs up, to like 10 billion, that would be a big play right there. So let me pull up Capone Bear before buy high starts flipping out. My boy's been asking me about that project for like 30 minutes now. Oof. I think we talked about this yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. And I was saying that they had broke the trend line, right? I mean, obviously I wasn't calling for a freaking drop the way it is. You can see this thing came down and almost retested. I mean, it came a hair, we'll call it, it came down and hit the 786 right here. You can see dropped, hit the 786. It looks like that was the bounce that it needed, or that was the spot it needed to find that bounce right here. So your next levels up, obviously, are going to be the 618. I believe that's, the 618 and the 0.5. 618 is going to be your next spot for some solid resistance at around that 20 mark. That's going to be the next spot to watch for the project. So, but I mean, right now it's on sale. It's definitely on sale for sure. Not a bad time to be dollar cost averaging in. Another project, very, very small market cap. Gina, are you talking about are you like, you're probably like 10 minutes behind? I think Gina, because she said she's talking about the articles that we were reading like 10 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. Cowie said, "What time is it now in the UK? It's 12:30 a.m. It is in Florida. I'm on the east coast of Florida. It is 7:38 right now. Evening time, 7:38 evening time. So you guys are a little bit ahead of us. That's crazy. I'm talking to you. I'm in the past, right? You're in the future. It's already May 7th where you're at. It's still May 6th over here, bro. Can you tell us, since you're already on the 7th, what are we going to expect for Bitcoin on the 7th? Are we going up? Can we open up? Bro, imagine that if we could do that. Like, you could tell us, Bitcoin's going up or down. We could do leverage plays. You're already on the 7th. What are we looking at here, bro? I'm trying to open up. Do I open up a long or do I open up a short right now? Randy right now, he just tuned in. He's like, shit. Now he's talking. Fajerio said, hold on. Crypto Bob asked, hold on. Ted on Solana. Good old Ted on Solana. Market cap doesn't look bad. Liquidity looks great. Let's see here. How long has this project been out for? 5 days, so not too bad. Relatively new project. I mean, what I would say about this project is, if you've already bought in on it, keep an eye on it. You know what I'm saying? Because you did make a high. You broke the 236, right? The one thing that I'm looking at is you broke the 236. You came down to the 382. But look, you bounce back up and you're hitting your head on the 236, right? You're coming up, you're hitting your head on the 236. Now you've broke below the 382 on this project. So the next spot that you're going to be obviously coming down to most likely is going to be this 0.5 or possibly the 618 down here. So I don't know if you're up right now on the project. Maybe you can look to see if you're going to reposition yourself, you know, take your gains and kind of wait and see if maybe we do drop down to the 0.5 or the 618 and then reposition yourself, because it's going to find some spot where it can find some support and hopefully it can see somewhat of a takeoff on the project. So, but I mean, doesn't look bad. Market cap is fairly low, but still a solid market cap. So, all right. So Vajerio said, can you check out Call 2.0? I told you what I thought about any project that does a 2.0. I'm not a fan of it, but we'll look at it. So liquidity is relatively small, bro. I mean, it's a little bit too small for my comfort. I mean, it's been out for a solid, it's going on 2 days. So, I mean, still risky, but I mean, it's, I don't know. It's a little, this is a high risk play right here just because the market cap's so low. It's only a day old, you know, so I would be very cautious as far as this project. You can see where I mapped out right here at the 33. Wouldn't be a bad spot to maybe dollar cost average in or add to your bag if you can see some kind of a bounce. But the trend is your friend, and you can see it is technically on a downward movement of a trend for right now, right? You can see that. So hopefully this thing can maybe find a bounce and start taking off. I mean, it won't need much for this thing to really take off. Not at all. So oh yeah, I bet, because I can see he said he's holding 2.5 trillion. I mean, I can see the 10 zeros. That's crazy. That's where you buy in, you like spend $50 and you get a freaking, let's see how much a trillion is. 100, 100,000, 100 million, 100 billion, 1 trillion. Yep, $50 you get a trillion. I called it. Yeah, so I mean, that's not a bad play, you know what I'm saying? Pick up a bunch of it and just hope for the best, right? Like I told you, with these, you know, you gotta. It seems like it's not a definitely not a pull, right? So I mean, if this thing does play out, it could potentially be a big move for you. So, what's going on, Gail? Crypto Bob, no worries, brother. You know I got you. Oh, damn. Cowie said I can predict that Milady's going to pump and I'll be driving a Rari. Nice, bro. Remember we did the poll, Lambo or Rari, and everybody, not everybody, but it was like a 40-60. 40% said Lambo, 60% said Ferrari. And which is crazy because in crypto, most people are like, oh, win Lambo, right? But I'm going to tell you guys, Lambos are dope. Lambos are dope. If you buy the baseline Lambo, they're sick. They're like 200,000, right? But I'm going to be newsflash. Bro, they're really, compared to a lot of cars that are even half the price, they're not that fast, believe it or not. And I know you're like, bro, it's a Lambo. I understand. It's a Lambo. It's probably faster than any one of our cars. Well, majority of us, right? Some of us got superchargers on their cars. You know what I'm saying? Some of us got superchargers on our cars. But regardless, the Lambo is fast, but compared to like a Corvette Z06 that's like 100,000, I think the Z06 will dog the Lambo out, right? So that's why I was saying, bro, if I'm gonna spend 200,000-300,000, I'm grabbing a Ferrari, because those Ferraris are like 1,000, 1,200 horsepower, and they'll rip a freaking Lambo. Now, if you go and buy, I forget the models, but if you don't buy that baseline Lambo and you buy like the more like, you know, like the higher priced Lambos, now you start talking about Lambos that have like 1,200 horsepower and stuff like that. But you're comparing a $300,000 Ferrari versus a $600,000 Lamborghini, you know. So, Amor said, let's end the debate: Camaro or Mustang. You know what? I'm not a big Camaro or Mustang. If I had to pick right now, and it was, I will tell you, the Shelby 500, that would be my go-to if I was doing a Mustang. That bad boy's bad, right? And then for Camaro, the top of line Camaro, I think are badass too. You know what I'm saying? So I guess if I had to commit right now, I'd say Shelby 500. I'll grab the Shelby for sure. We're about to turn this into a car talk, right? We're about to turn this into a car talk. But you know what? It's good to have those talks, because eventually we're gonna get there, boys and girls. We're gonna get there. I'm telling you, we're gonna get there. And we're all gonna be talking about the new cars that we bought, the new houses that we bought, you know, all that good stuff. Whatever you're into, right? If it's not cars or houses, I know some of y'all are talking about jewelry. I don't know. I draw the line on jewelry. Like, I don't mind buying some jewelry, but I don't know if I'm going to be out there, like, spending massive money on big chains. That's asking for trouble, right? That right there is asking for trouble. So let's do a quick update. Bitcoin right now, 63,200. We looked at the article today. You know, why did Bitcoin have somewhat of a sell-off? I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch of factors going on, but we did see that the SEC is coming after Robinhood now, you know, so it's going to be something. I think it's going to be maybe a short-term kind of a, little drawdown with the market. I don't think it's going to be a big player, but it's just not good for the market, right? Whenever the SEC pops back up and they want to start, harassing an exchange or a particular project, it's just not good for the crypto market, right? Just reminds us that they're still out to get us, right? For Milady, like I said, guys, me personally, right now, I am watching. I'm waiting to see if we're going to maybe come back down towards this 15.5 area or below. That's what I'm looking for as far as buying in, or not buying in, but adding to my bag. We can drop below that 15.5. That's what I'm looking for as far as, scooping up more on the bag on Milady. So we'll see how it plays out. We already looked at the market. You guys can see this pretty much spells it out. Mostly red. We do have a little bit of projects that are slightly in the green, but some of them have come down. Like Jupiter was up 7, now it's down 5. It's down 2.5. Solana was up 7%, now it's down 5%. So you can see the markets are slightly cooling off for right now. So, but other than that, guys, make sure you guys, if you haven't already, hit that like, hit that subscribe, join and become a member. Remember, be a member, and remember, anybody that does join in the next week or two, you guys are still eligible for the airdrop that we just had this past week. So make sure you guys hit that join the Discord. If the link expires, hit me up on one of the videos. Just go in the comments and be like, hey, Crip, can I get a new link on the Discord? And I will give you an updated link on the Discord. You'll need to join the Discord and send me a message. And you're going to need to watch the members only, the last members only video. There's a code that I put out. You're going to need to send me that code so I know you watched the video and that you're a member. And then we'll airdrop you to your wallet, NFK. Make sure you guys check out NFK, right? We're not doing bad. We're up 5% today. Today has been like a blah day. Definitely not down or anything like that. Remember I told you that buy zone. We bounced out of the buy zone. So we're not doing bad. We're building our liquidity. Our goal is for the next few weeks to get that liquidity up to about 100,000. So we're on our way there. Like I said, the next goal for our market cap is going to be, we already broke 1 million. We're not there right now, but we already broke 1 million. So that's going to be chump change for us to get to. We're looking to get to 10 million the next spot. So definitely come join us on this big journey that we have as far as NFK. Check out those NFTs that we dropped as well. Make sure, like I said, hit those likes, hit those subscribes, hit the join, hit the Discord, and I'll see each and every one of you guys tomorrow. Have a safe night tonight. Get some sleep. If you're ready, if it's nighttime, get some rest. Hopefully this week we're going to start bouncing and we'll start running up. All right, guys? Thank you. Have a great night tonight, and I'll see each and every one of you guys, all right?